Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, and welcome to 4 p.m. And welcome to Mona, too, if you haven't been here before. My name is Dean Stevenson, and due to my hair, I'm a composer. And I said to Mona some time back, because I'd been thinking about obviously being a musician and being a composer and having had kids and being a teacher for a bit and just kind of watching humanity unfold, and I spent a lot of time thinking about the creative act, shall we say, the act of creativity, and what that meant to me and how good I felt when I was, in my composition state or writing something on the piano or the guitar or whatever, and then watching other people do it and being kind of upset, I suppose, by watching how hard it is for people to do their thing. You have a thing, let's say for you it's poetry, and you love to write poetry, but then you pause over the page and the pen pauses for an hour, and I can't think of anything to write. Yeah, you can. You just don't like what you thought of, because you've already started to judge yourself. Industrial thinking made us think we had to have a certain way, a certain path. We had to know everything before we began. We had to be good at something, which is all just horseshit. So I said to Mona that I would come and be here at the piano each day and write something new, so you can watch me write it. And even if I know halfway through the day I'm writing an absolute stinking turd, I've still got to print it because the musicians have still arrived to play it. So would you please welcome the musicians for today? They're going to play. We have Phoebe, Natalia, Will and Alex. So it's not the same people every day, but it is the same instruments. There's always a string quartet, so my challenge is to try and make the sound fresh each time. And today we've been doing it for, this is the 480th time. 480 days of making something new every time. And as stats would have it, most of them are crap. I think that's okay, whether you're a garage kind of knockabout or whether you're Mozart, probably most of what you do is rubbish. I suppose over time you do less complete shit and you make slightly better shit, but ultimately one has to come to terms with what one makes. And I only a handful of times, 480, I did it this morning, I started a thing and I give myself 10 o'clock when the museum opens, I start at 10, and by about 10:30, if I don't believe in what I'm doing, I give myself that first half hour grace to start again. And I did this morning. This morning was just rubbish. Okay, so I'm contradicting myself, but essentially I'll start again. So I leant back into an old friend. And what I mean by that is it's part of my little personal secret project. It's not a secret, I'm about to tell you. Called my humming project. Some time ago, a dear friend of me said to me in kind of a slightly louder than comfortable voice, "Do you know you hum all the time?" I really pissed her off. And when I thought about it, she's right. For years I've been thinking, what's that really annoying sound? It was me. So I hum incessantly, and I realised after she said that, it's the same fucking melody. I've been humming the same little thing in my head for years. Just over and over and over. It's a little cyclic thing. Doesn't even not even linear, it's just cyclic. So I thought, what better place to try and exorcise that little melody? So the melody starts in viola. If you could just play the start, Will, and you get a sense of how I've taken what I hum, but trying to stretch it out and make something better, please. And the melody's trying to find its way, kind of to step out of itself. It keeps going in a little circle all the time. So I think this whole piece is this little cyclic thing that's stuck in my throat and has been for years, trying to get itself free. So hopefully we'll stop and start our little rehearsal as we put it together, because these guys haven't played this yet. I only wrote it today, so you're about to hear us put it together for the first time. And I'll tell you when I think I'm trying to get that little melody to kind of turn major or minor or be something else, to grow up. If you can see that screen over there, you'll watch my score whiz by as we play it. If you can't see that and you're into music and you want to nerd out, here's the paper copy. Don't take it home, but there's a paper copy you can read. Let's go, 480. So we've heard that intro, thank you. Very, very nice. You can play it as free as you like because it's you. You got to A, so you A to B as well? It's the second part of that melody.
I didn't quite get to A, but that's all right.
That's fine.
Again. How was the tempo? Rough, okay?
Just probably perhaps a little more, just up a little bit.
Up a little bit.
Yep. Let's hear that one more time.
The beginning?
Yeah, please.
Still me.
And then joined by the cello. Second violin comes in. First violin, just over the top. Okay, hold there. Any problems with any of that? No? So far, so good. Let's go from letter D, which is second violin and cello together.
Sorry, what was that? D?
From letter D, second violin and cello. Same tempo. Yeah. First violin comes in. Good. So at 3 before E, the cello's doing it doesn't need to be loud, just delicate. So let that through before let the cello kind of come through, because we think of the cello in this instance as the bass instrument of the group. And for those of you who haven't seen a proper string quartet, this is what they look like: 2 violins, viola, and cello. So let that cello, which up high is a very particular voice sounding thing. So let that through. Let's go again from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before E when you come in. First violin comes in. 5 before E. Is E. Pizzicato in the cello. Viola comes back in. Here's the first big major chord. Yeah. Happy. here's the thing. Good, hold there. So when we get to H, it's really like just lots of grit in that one. I don't know what it's doing really, what it's sort of saying, and maybe we'll get this happens twice. This is the first time it happens, so we'll get to know what kind of it's trying to do to the piece. Let's go from the bar before. Maybe get rid of the slurs in your quavers. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, let's do that.
Is the andante moderato at F a
It does.
a significant step up in tempo, or just a sort of a moving
At F.
forward a little bit?
Yes.
So yeah,
I think
right,
so. Yeah, yeah, and, yeah, faster at F, and no, we're back to broad again at H. Yep. So let's go from F then, at quicker tempo. Upbeat. Yep. Violin's beat 2 of I, first bar of I.
Okay.
No one's on beat 1.
And that whole 2/4 bar is empty?
Yep, 2/4 bar is empty.
Yep. Okay.
And then 1's blank, first violin on beat 2.
And what are you on the second beat? You're a crotchet on the second beat, right? Yeah, okay.
If anyone's confused and there's no idea what, maybe they came late and you're asking, why are they stopping all the time? If you have any questions, you can ask questions. In fact, the people who I reserved this table for haven't showed up, so if someone wants to sit here, can sit here. There you go. And the boss isn't here either. Quick and the dead, come on. Right, so let's, if you guys want to ask any questions, you can do that as well about what we're doing. Haven't you always wanted to ask why some cellos are shiny and some are matte finish?
I wouldn't know.
Don't ask her then. Don't ask her.
The matte ones are cheaper.
The matte ones are cheaper. Of course they are. Let's go from the I. How about I? Yep. This could pick up a bit. Back to cello and violin. Everyone in. Here we go. Now. Hold there, so we're now key change. This is where we have a bit of a kind of canonic thing, kind of the melody sort of cascading over itself at K. Change key signature and tempo.
Am I still hit?
Yes, you are. Still pitch, yep. Yep. Into K.
Right on?
Yep.
Right on. Yep.
3.
And double line. Okay, hold there. Okay, so I'll make some notes about that a little bit there. Okay, this has been quite good. One of my things about this sounds like there's lots of notes and sounds very complicated. Like he must have known what he's doing. My thing about what I said before about creativity is that what I think we've lost is again because we think vocational education tells us we have to know what we're doing, where we're going, as opposed to trying something that's random. And by random I mean play. Like children play and you figure out how to grow up because you play. We've lost the courage to do that because we think if we do play, I'm not going to show anyone that shit, and you put it in the drawer or set fire to it, as opposed to thinking that every single composition that you've ever heard began with play or began by just improvising or messing around. So just have the courage to do that. That's all I do, is just play. I'll give myself permission to do that. Any questions, anyone, by the way? Are we paused? No? Okay, we go. Should you want to hit that bit again? Let's go.
Yeah,
okay.
L or something?
L?
Yep.
Yep. Or second. Good, so let's get some gunk on those quavers going down at 94. Maybe after that big lift, what do we have in bar, the first of, no? 92, before the 3/4 bar, everyone scoops up. Yeah, maybe a slight lift at the end of that note, because the upbeat is a quaver in first. You are the only one. Dee, wah, dee, and there's a quaver upbeat.
Sorry, wait, so this is...
92, you don't have the scoop, sorry.
Okay, yeah,
No,
no,
into
I
93.
across the whole thing, so I
Yep,
won't...
just a little comma into 93.
Okay.
Oh, I can put that in.
Yeah, the comma's inside of
That,
92.
that,
I won't.
that.
Just like a lift.
So should I actually... Yeah, but just so...
A lift just means
I-
everyone
I-
just
I-
takes a breath, bit of daylight to give
So
himself time to reload.
saying like come off.
Everyone okay? Questions?
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, right, so...
Good? No, that's not a question, but thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, quaver.
I got tooth up. Okay, let's do that bit again. Let's do the key change to before M.
Yep.
Yep.
For nothing. M, viola. Repeating that first lonely melody. It's like being inside my own head, hearing that little melody all the time. This is what it's like inside my head. O. Is P. Back to cello and viola. Settling down. It's about to turn a corner here. Into O. The joyful modulation of the melody. Thank God for this. Again, no one on beat one. First violin. Two. This is S. 1, 2, 4. It's the settling down. T. Last time. There you go. Yeah. Phoebe, Natalia, Will, Alex. Here we go. That's the piece I wrote today based on that little thing that just won't stop in my head. I've tried it a couple of days. Obviously, I've used that melody before, and for a few days it stopped it. I was very grateful that it stopped, and then it came back. So I'm still using it to try and exorcise that little. I don't know what it means. I don't know where it started. I don't know where it came from. I know nothing. It's been there as long as I can remember. They're having some chats now about what they do. Does anybody have any questions about anything going on? No? Yes, question. Yep. Back and use something I've not used before? Oh, grab the water. Oh, well, probably, no, wouldn't. No, she's just dead now. Yeah, deleted. Not going to go back in the trash can. But what I will do is I keep a fairly accurate spreadsheet because this is an everyday thing. Like this da-da-da-da-da-da is a little melody, for example, and other little melodies that come up. And this gets back to my thing about play before. You'd sit there and start playing. No idea what I'm doing, no idea where it's going to go, no idea, and then suddenly, oh, that's interesting. Or we're playing the piece and it goes for 5 minutes, and there's this little bit at the 3-minute and 20-second mark that goes, wow! I don't know where that came from because I was just busy playing and something appeared, which is where the good stuff comes from, because you just get yourself in a zone and you're just making stuff up. And I keep a spreadsheet to go, 3-minute 20, that was a really good little phrase, be it one chord, one bar, be it 8 bars of a melody that deserves to be harvested, and the rest of it's just compost for another day. So I'll go back in that respect too, just to say that's a really good thing, and I might sort of start a day seeding with that. Maybe not beginning the piece with this bit I've kept from another work, but maybe writing up to it, or just incorporating it somehow, trying to keep those things. And by doing that, I recognise what the things I repeat are like, and coming to terms with the fact that there are certain tempos, textures, melodies, solo instruments that I do a lot, and rather than giving myself shit about it, I go, well, that's what I like to do, whether I'm self-soothing or whether I'm trying to kind of connect to a memory or something like that. You might call it my style, I don't know, but it's kind of interesting to evaluate my own style by doing that. Yeah.
How familiar do you have to be with the composers?
Well, I've got a book here that when I don't know shit, I just go, how high can the violin play? Or what's the lowest note on the viola? I know that now. If I do get it wrong, I totally royally screw it up sometimes. I totally do, you're right. I don't read the book enough, obviously, Phoebe. So yeah, a composer needs to know things like the register of the instrument, and to know things like if whereabouts on what register of the cello is the register that's like kind of warm and backgroundy, and where's the register that really roars. And so if you want that to be the feature, put it in that spot. And same with the other instruments. I don't play any of them. I don't play any of that instrument, but I know enough. And also, I rely on these talented circus freaks to tell me when I've got it wrong or what could be better, and all that stuff. Yeah. So if I was to write something now for a bassoon quartet, I'd have to do some study. And anyway, who wants to hear a bassoon quartet? Right, Yes. I've got quite a few favourite composers depending on the day. I've got composers that I like in the sun and some that I like in the rain, some that I like in the bath, some that I like when I'm really angry. Yeah, because they all serve a different purpose. There's some fun ones. I remember early on, I wrote a few pieces kind of like vertical. People said, that's really kind of Shostakovich-y. I went, great. Who the fuck's that? I got no idea. I didn't come from a classical background, so I had to go and listen. Now I really like him, but I had no idea what I was saying. How about that? Right, you ready? Do you want us to go?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to sit down now. I'm no longer required. I was having this chat about the spreadsheet before and whether I like it, whether I think it's going to be a good one or a bad one. I don't know until it's played. We're about to hear it played now, top to tail. Because in the shop are some albums of our favourites, which we go into our studio. You saw our studio down the tunnel with the desk. We go down there and we record albums of our favourites. There's also a live stream. Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. If you're a download kind of person, downloads are dying quicker than CDs. You can buy them at the shop as well. But if you want to, I'll be up at the shop at about 4:45 to sign these books. And before you catch the ferry, this is my diaries of 150 consecutive days. It's not about music theory, it's just about the act of showing up and what it's like to have to face these instruments and this challenge of writing something every day. So it's a bit of a journey in itself. 150 documented days with some other essays on thoughts on creativity. And of course, you can see there are microphones, so we record everything as a QR code in that book, which gives you like 11 hours of music just in that book alone. So that's another way to kind of get in touch with this thing of creativity. I don't know whether today I'll make the next album or not. I don't know. You can help me decide. It's day 480. I've called it an internal hum. Here we go. Yay, Phoebe, Natalia, Will, Alex. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Dean Stevenson. That's 4 p.m. for today. I do wish you all a safe journey. There's plenty of time to go to the shop. I'll be up there in 5 minutes to sign a book if you want. Otherwise, have a lovely weekend. Thanks for stopping by and take care. Bye-bye.